Hey guys, so here we are. I'm going to show you guys how to change the cabin air filter in this Giulia. So just for reference, the filter is going to be way back in there in that corner. Okay, so we're going to need to remove a few pieces here to be able to get back in there. All right, so I'm going to start off by showing you guys here the screws that you're going to need to take off. Basically, you got one here. These are T25s, by the way. So there's one there, there's another one here, there's another one right there, and you got two more back in the corner. There's one over there, and there's another one right here. Okay, so we're gonna remove those, then we're gonna be able to take off this plastic piece, and we're gonna start from there. So let me set my phone down so I can show you guys me doing that. Okay, so let me start with this screw right here, and once you crack them loose, they're pretty easy to just remove with your fingers. There's another one right here. And the third one here. Now we got the ones in the back here. This guy. This one's more difficult to get out with your fingers. You just gotta be patient until you get it out. This is where having the right tools is very handy. Alright, so we got that, and we got one more way back in that corner. Let's see if I can reach it. Let me pull back this floor mat here to give myself a little bit more room there. Okay, so that helped. So do whatever you need to do. Once we get that out, we can remove this right here, but before doing that, I suggest you remove this trim piece right here. So let's take this out. Just gonna pop it off just like that, right? It's got a couple of clips back there. All right, so now we can just go ahead and take this off. Let me get my fingers back in there to pry this off, just like that. And you just kind of have to pull on it, gentle but firmly at the same time. All right, we're gonna pull that out. Let me get this end off here, just like that. Do keep in mind that there are some clips back there, so you may have to wiggle this loose here. Okay, there's one here that's being a troublemaker. All right. Yeah, that one actually just came off right there, so you just have to be careful here. Let me show you guys what I mean. So it was back here. Okay, this one was a little tricky, so I'm just gonna bend this back and put it back later. All right, so but these are the clips that's holding that in place right there. Okay, and then you do have some electrical connections back here that you may want to take off here. So let's go ahead and remove these. So basically these guys right here, you can squeeze them from the side here to pop them off. And then these ones back here, this is what it looks like. You just yank them off. Right now this guy can come out of the way here. Now that that plastic piece is out of the way, I can show you guys where the filter is going to be located. Okay, so you see right here, there is this trap door. That's where the filter is. Okay, it goes all the way up there. All right. So you can, like if you have small hands or the proper tools, you could undo this clip right here and then open that door and get the filter out this way. Okay, there may be a screw back here. There's supposed to be a screw right there. This part is missing that screw. but you know, just keep that in mind. So if you do need to reach in there, you will need a small screwdriver to get back in there. And then this will be in the way right here, this duct, the AC duct. So this is all foam. You can move this out of the way. You just move it out of the way, and then you can get the filter out this way. So that would be probably the most challenging way of getting the filter out. An easier way would be to take this glove box off, and then you'll have more direct access to that filter, so you can easily reach it back in there. So that's the option that I'm going to be showing you. Okay, I'm going to remove the glove box. Right, there's a couple of Allen screws right here. You got one right here, and you got another one right here that we're going to need to remove. And when we open this up, we're also going to have back here, there's a screw right here, there's another screw right here, and another one right here. So it looks like you have 3 screws right there that you need to remove. All right, and then once we got those off, we can pop this open. Okay, let's go ahead and remove the first screw right here. Now I'm going to move on to remove the screws inside here. Okay, the T25s. Okay, so removing the glove box, okay, we're going to pop it open, and you can try by just yanking on it, just grab it from here, just try to pull on it. Basically, there's a couple of clips, right? There's like 2 clips back here, and there's one more on this side that's holding this in place. I was having a hard time, pulling this out, so I got this tool right here. It's like a plastic wedge, and I'm gonna get in between here, where we remove the screws. I'm gonna get in between there and this part right here. Just wedge yourself in there, and then I'm gonna grab it like that and yank it from both sides like this. Okay, once I pop it, just use a little bit of force, and it'll come off, and then you can do the other side. And just like that, this comes off, and now I can show you guys the clip that I was talking about. So this is one clip right here, and you got a couple more on this side. Okay, these metal clips right here that are holding that in place. All right, so let me go ahead and finish taking that out. Okay, there we go. So we got that one out of the way. Let's see what else we got back here. So that's basically that one right there. We got another one here, so let me press on this, take that out, and that is the glove box removal. Okay, so just 2 clips. Okay, one light right here and another connector right here. So let me show you here. Let me put the light right here. So way back there is the filter. Okay, obviously we have this in the way, so there's a couple of ways to deal with that. Okay, so you can either yank this out from here. I noticed that this foam right here is kind of like glued in place, so there's no easy way to take this out unless you kind of like rip it off. I don't want to do that, so what I'm going to do is to there's a little clip right down here. Show you guys that one. It's this clip right here. I'm going to undo this clip so that I can remove this from the bottom here and bring it out the top here and move it to the side. So let me go ahead and get in there and remove that clip. Okay, just like that. Once we remove that clip, we can go ahead and get this guy out of the way here. So let me bring it out like so. Okay, just like that. And again, guys, you don't have to do this way. I'm a little bit OCD that way. I want to keep things as pristine as possible. But there you go, we move that out of the way, and now we're gonna have direct access to the filter way back there. Okay, so what I'm doing now is to pop this clip right here that's holding this door in place. So I'm just gonna get in there with this plastic wedge tool. Just kind of get in there and pop it off, just like that. All right, let me go ahead and take this off right here. The most difficult part here is just I'm meant to record it, really. Okay, once I have that off, you can see the door just came off right there. Just a couple of clips here that was holding the wires. Okay, now you can clearly see the filter way back there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove it now. Okay, I'm gonna do my best here to stick my hand and record at the same time. So I'm just gonna start pulling on this filter. Okay, take it out. Just like that. You can see it's coming out right there. All right. This is why it's much easier to have the glove box removed. Otherwise, you would be having to come on the bottom here to do it. It's a little more tricky. All right, so let's take this out. And there you go. Okay, filter's out. Okay, that's what the old filter looks like. Here we have the old and the new filter side by side. You can see here in this old filter, if you look closely, those little spots here, that's mold. Okay, so it's definitely time to change this out. This is a 2023 Giulia Quadrifoglio. We're now in 2025, so it's about 2 years old. Okay, and then this one here is the new one. This is by Pure Flow. It's a HEPA filter. It catches a lot smaller particles than the standard filters. I'm not sponsored, by the way, so I'm just throwing that out there. But yeah, I'm gonna put in the new filter. Make sure that you take note of the direction of the airflow. Okay, in the old filter, this is how it sits in the car. So basically, you have air coming from this side, right? Air goes in this way and comes out this way into the cabin. All right, so just keep that in mind. You can see here the arrows on the side. It's going to show you here, it says here airflow. Okay, you got arrows pointing this way to the left. All right, so when we put in the new filter, you should also have arrows, okay, that's pointing this way into the cabin. So when I put the filter in, it's going to go in just like that. Okay, I'm going to put it right in there. All right, so let's go ahead and do that next. And here's to show you guys the work in progress. So this is how I'm doing it, just kind of twisting it in a spiral form to get it in there. Okay, so it's just a little bit of patience, you get it in there. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The new filter is in. So was it easy? No. Was it super hard? No. I think like I said before, the hardest thing is just having to hold your phone and record this while you're doing it. But if I didn't have to record this, it would be a lot easier. But yeah, it's kind of straightforward. You know, now I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back together. We're gonna start with this door here. I'm gonna reattach the wiring there and then snap this back into place, and we'll go from there. There I went ahead and reattached the wires there to the door. And now all I gotta do is to snap it in place. When you're putting this door back in there, you'll notice that the top of it right here has this little lip right here. Okay, so make sure that when you're putting it back in, you snap this part in place first. You secure the top first, and then you push it in and do the bottom. Push this clip in the bottom. If you don't do the top first, you're gonna struggle trying to secure this door back in there. Okay, that's what I noticed. So just keep that in mind. Also, I would leave the wiring off until you get it in there. That way it's gonna be easier for you to do that, and then you can snap the wires back into place right here. Okay, so the filter is right back in there. Okay, everything is secured. Now we can move this duct back in place. Okay. And you guys remember I tried really hard to preserve this in its original condition, but no matter how hard you try, sometimes it doesn't work out. Look what happened here. All right, so you can see this kind of ripped off. Okay, so that's what I was trying to avoid, but no big deal. You can just put it back in there. Okay, you secure it the best you can. All right, and that'll do it. I'm gonna go ahead and snap this back in place as well down here. There we go. All right, so now all we got to do is connect this again to the glove box. Okay, so I connected the lights back in there. I'm just gonna get this situated and snap it in place, just like that. Okay, now we're gonna put the screws back in there. Next, we're going to do the Allen screws here, which we have 2 of them, and these are going to be a number 5 Allen that you're going to need. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that in there. Alright, so now we're going to put this bottom piece here back in place. Okay, so we got to reattach everything, all the wiring and the lights. You'll notice that these lights here, you may have noticed that this plastic piece falls off when you remove this. Okay, the way this works is that it snaps in there like that. Okay, so we got to put the light like so, and then come from the bottom and snap that into place. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. And there it's done. You can see that's the plastic piece right there that I was talking about. It just snaps in place. Now we gotta get this guy in here. Okay, and we got another one here, and then we got another light that's gonna go on this side right here. Everything is reattached now. You can see back there. So we're just going to move this back in place there and then snap it into place like that. Just like that. And the last thing to do is to get that side trim piece as well. Alright, get this in there. So I went ahead and put back all the screws that are down here. Remember, there's like 5 of them that we got to put back. This is the last one here. So let me go ahead and put that in there. I'm gonna tighten this in a little bit so you can see everything's back in place. Again, this is a 2023 Giulia Quadrifoglio. So for this car here, it says that you should replace the air filter. It's recommended every 10,000 miles. If you're like in a dusty area, and definitely a mandatory at 20,000 miles. So this car is right over 23,000 miles, so this was well overdue. If you have the 2-liter engine, okay, this is for the 2-liter, then you're looking at pretty much the same thing. Okay, 10,000 recommended and 20,000 mandatory. Alright, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. It will help me a lot. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.